Yeah, printed it. So, okay, how about one more song for, how about the can-can? Here next to me, a very funny guy. Happy to have him here at Bazaar Cafe. Let's get for Mark Stanton and Big Hand for Clark. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Wonderful to be here in the Richmond district. I used to live right around the corner here, 24th and Clement. Yeah, nice neighborhood. There's one bad neighborhood around here you should be aware of. It's at the corner of Mayhem and Vermin. So be sure you stay away from that one. You've been there, right side? So I had a little trouble getting over here tonight. There was, well, you know those electric signs on the freeway? There was, turns out there was a wham bam thank you Mamber alert. I did that one just for David. I thought I should begin tonight with the comedian's prayer. So I got my Bible here. So follow along if you know the comedian's prayer. Our fathers who want us to get a real job, doctor be its name. Our punchlines come, if the audience isn't too dumb, on The Tonight Show as they do on Letterman. Give us a few voluptuous groupies with no morals, our daily bread, and forgive us our lame one-liners as we forgive those hecklers who think they're at a Bon Jovi concert in Fresno. Lead us not into temptation to talk about the MC's secret sex slave. Sorry, Danny. But deliver us from becoming another Carrot Top. For a standing ovation is the ultimate, the power and the glory, and something that's never happened to me except at gunpoint. Although maybe tonight, who knows? Amen. Thank you. That was the comedian's prayer. I'm working on new material. I haven't been here for like 2 or 3 years or something. Last time I was here, it was cool. I had a really good set. After the show, for the first time, I signed a couple of boobs. Had my Sharpie with me, very cool. And I did not realize just how much these two fat guys liked me. Thank you. San Francisco. I love being in San Francisco, but you know, I just cannot see too many drag queens in leather chaps. You know, I guess I haven't been going to the right churches. But I don't go to church because, well, I should rephrase that. I go to church only if it's a funeral or a wedding. I figure either way, somebody's life just ended. Whoa! Thanks, I just did it for the guys. Okay. Danny introduced me as Clark Stanton. Stanton is my middle name. I use that as my stage name. I was thinking about changing my name to Hoozy Wazzy, though. You know, because everybody would go, "Hey, you know Hoozy Wazzy?" Yeah, I know Hoozy Wazzy. Yeah. That would be me. Yeah. All right. How many here are under 40? If you're under 40, applaud, please. Wow. All right. If you're over 40, just moan and groan. Whoa. All right. There usually is a sign here. I don't see it tonight. There's usually a sign that says alcohol causes birth defects. You know, because they sell alcohol. But I remember reading that sign and going, you know, I'm already born. It's not going to apply to me. So this is a special day. It's Julia's birthday. Julia in the baseball cap, the 49ers cap. 49, or 39, excuse me. It is a special day for me, too, because it's my 11th anniversary. Thank you. 11 months ago, I got divorced. And, you know, as I look back in hindsight, I realized I should have done a few things a little differently. Like, I remember that one April Fool's Day where I rigged the bathroom scale to show an extra 10 pounds. Surprise, honey! That went over like a curly hair in the vegetable crisper. One day she says, my body is a temple. I go, whoa. there going to be some kneeling involved? She said, what I'm talking about is there's certain things I'm not going to put in it anymore. Like, for instance, you. That hurt, yeah. Yeah, so, and then one day she tried to enroll me in a 12-step program of her own design. The first step, you had to admit you're a dickhead. I said, cancel that. She called me a rake. I had to look it up. I wasn't even sure what a rake is. It turns out it's like a cad or a player, you know. But I didn't know. And you ever do this? You come up with the perfect comeback like an hour later, when it's too late, a day later, a week later. Well, I had the perfect comeback on the spot. When she said, you're a rake, I said, oh, yeah, well, then you're a hoe. It was funny being married. You know, when I was married, it was, you know, even when it was good, there was always a little part of me that wanted to be single again. And I think you know which part that is. My bank account. I don't know what you were thinking. But there's one phrase that got me through all the hard times when I was having all this depression for going through this divorce. It goes like this. Maybe you've heard it before. You can use it in your own life if you know you're having a little bad times. It goes like this. What doesn't kill you only makes you wish you were dead. I want to use that one. I heard her on the phone one day talking to one of her friends, and we had little nicknames for each other. I called her Scooter Pie. I heard her refer to me as the flesh-eating bacteria. Yeah, that hurt. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Well, anyway, it's kind of weird now, you know, now that I'm like freshly divorced, you know, a lot of women don't want to have anything to do with me. They think I'm a rebounder or a newbie, you know. So, I was kind of thinking about analogy, what this would be like. It's kind of like half an erection. I'm not any good for anybody. But I am dating again.
Yeah!
Woo-hoo! Yay me! I'm on Match.com. Anybody here on Match.com that wants to admit it? Okay, nobody. All right. If you've ever been on Match.com, you know you have to come up with a username and a headline for your profile. So when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I made a few mistakes. The username that I chose was no longer contagious. And my headline was, let's go to dinner, I've got 2-for-1 coupons. So now I've changed it. Just to suck up to women, my new username is We'll Cuddle After Sex. And my headline is, I have money. Yeah! So I'm doing much better. One thing I noticed, I don't know if you know this statistic, but I live in Marin County. For every 100 single women, there's 77 men. So it should be really good odds for me, right? But what I found out is that now when I get dumped, it's by a much higher quality of woman. So I got that going for me. But I am dating. You have to be very careful about dating now. There's all these diseases out there. There's chlamydia and herpes and venereal warts and all this stuff. The old days, the only thing I worried about were cooties, the willies, and the heebie-jeebies. If you've ever been on Match, you know they have these columns of attributes, and you can look at a glance and see if you match up. You can go like, oh, she has a pet, I have a pet. She doesn't smoke, I don't smoke. She has a mustache, I don't smoke. So, it's not always exact. But I'm having a good time. I met some very nice ladies on Match, but you have to be very careful because one time I call up this woman, she said her name was Susan and she lived alone, so I call up and this deep male voice answers the phone. I go, oh, is Susan there? And I hear, speaking. Click. But I'll tell you about a few of the ladies. Rhonda, I dated this black lady, Rhonda. Went our separate ways after a few weeks. It just wasn't working. But very amicably, we parted. And in fact, she sent me an email, told me I was the hunkiest guy she ever dated. You spell hunkiest with an O, right? Let's see, who else? Alice. Oh, Alice was on the chubby side. She said she liked really big guys, because the bigger the guy, the tinier it made Alice feel. She said, when I'm out with you, you're so skinny you make me look fat. I said, oh, okay. I tell you what, Alice, I'll work out a deal with you. I'll gain a few pounds. Now, in return, you shave your head. I'm going to look so bald. Had a few drinks with this one lady, and we were talking, getting a little frisky, and I told her I was quarter Swedish, but mostly Danish. And she said, well, I'm, Scottish and German and Irish. And she said, there's no Danish in me. I said, would you like some?
Hey, whoa!
And then I said, does the carpet match the drapes? And she goes, duh, I'm not bald. I go, oh! I said, hardwood floors, huh? She said, yeah, with a little throw rug. Okay, well, it's time for me to get out of here, so I thought I would leave you with this one thought. One night I'm driving on the freeway. You ever do this? You start to veer into the next lane and the little bumps jolt the car. So I got this idea. I said, why don't they have these everywhere in life to keep you from doing something stupid? I go, hey, I think I'll go marry that Kardashian woman. Whoa! On second thought, I'd like to get season tickets to the Raiders games. Maybe better not. You know what? I'm going to go down to that Bazaar Cafe and do some comedy. Thank you, good night.
Hey, come on, ladies, he's available. Come on. Alright then, let's see, any other tune? How about
Very nice.